The Philadelphia Eagles, about an hour ago, defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 37-17, thus breaking the Cincinnati curse, something that I had talked about in my little preview video before going to the gym today. Um, I got to be honest with you, I didn't see this coming. Uh, let's start off with the beginning of the very beginning of the game. That T. Higgins they said was not going to be playing, which was huge for the Eagles, as him and Jamar Chase are one of the best duos in the league. But no T. Higgins, no problem for Joe Burrow and the Bengals as they go right down the field, taking away 10 minutes of time. And the Eagles, when they finally get the ball down 7-0, have maybe 4 minutes to work with in the first quarter. So, of course, they do not, even though they scored on their first possession, do not get the first quarter points that they've been clamoring for. And then the next couple series, man, the Eagles defense just, I mean, if you check my Twitter page at the Chris Wild, I was going crazy on the defense. I was really being negative and highly negative on the defense, especially after that 3rd and 22 where Burrow escapes and somehow the tight end is open uh, uh, to actually get that third down. It was they were making some stupid mistakes. The offense wasn't really humming like it should be. Jalen, this is early on, guys. I'm not being highly critical of the game. There were some play calls, some screens that just didn't make sense that the Bengals kind of just I knew were coming. Um, and then it's like something changed, man. Like that missed field goal by the Bengals kind of gave the Eagles momentum for the rest of the game. Jalen Hurts went from looking really shaky. I mean, I was checking the Twitter feed as the game went on, and a lot of people were taking a shit on Jalen Hurts like they always love to do. And man, he was amazing. His best game that he played for the Eagles this season, the perfect ball placement. I mean, you couldn't have put it any better to Devontae Smith. And for those people that say Jalen Hurts can't throw a deep ball or doesn't have a accurate deep ball, there you go. There's your proof there. AJ Brown hitting him and Smith when needed to. Man, Grant Calcaterra has really the tight end has really come on to be one of my favorite players on this team. He's so productive. And then I love this little wrinkle that and the Eagles used this to close out the game. I love this little wrinkle that they added into their offense using Ben Van Summerin, number 57, the linebacker, as a fullback for Saquon Barkley because every time he's in that game, Saquon gets a good gain of yardage. I thought that was awesome. Saquon closing out the game was great. The defense finally seemed to get their shit together in that second half. I mean, in the past 3 weeks, again, it has been the Browns, the Giants, and the Bengals, but they've held these teams to 36 points, held the Bengals to 17 points. The pass rush, I'd love to see more from the pass rush, but Joe Burrow is top two quarterback in the league. Um, He's going to get his. Jamar Chase is going to get his. Gillespie, the tight end, looked absolutely awesome. He's going to get his. Uh, but the Eagles' defense found a way to stop. I mean, I can't say enough about Cooper DeJean. Him coming into this Eagles defense has completely changed it. I mean, I had old man Avante Maddox for that first 4 or 5 games of the season, where he was getting burnt. It just wasn't. I'll never forget the clip with him and Mike Evans where he's talking about Fortnite as they're getting blown out. You bring in Cooper DeJean, uh, young guy who can cover, who is energetic, who can hit, who is very intelligent. I mean, it was just he's just completely changed the defense. Quinyon Mitchell, man, like there were people when Quinyon got picked that questioned the pick because he was from Toledo. Uh, this guy is just absolutely amazing so far. Darius Slay goes out of the game with a knee injury. Isaiah Rogers comes in, uh, plays a great game. Um, Slapped that ball away from Jamar Chase that turned into an interception by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles haven't had a turnover in weeks since the Saint game. They get a fumble later on in the game from the peanut punch from Zach Bond. It was just a really great game by the Philadelphia Eagles. There's nothing negative to say here. Jalen Hurts ran the ball like old Jalen Hurts did, calling his own number. He was changing the plays at the line when he needed to. He Whether you like it or not, whether it was against the Browns, whether it was against the Giants, ever since the bye week, he has looked like a different quarterback. He hasn't thrown a turnover, hasn't lost the ball in a fumble, has been efficient, has been accurate, and today he was just amazing against a decent Cincinnati defense with missing that offensive line too, missing two starters, missing Makai Becton and missing Jordan Mailata. They played a great game, 37-17. I can't think of the last time that the Eagles had a victory like this. I can't remember the last time the Eagles had a victory like this against the Bengals. Like I said, the Bengals seem to always have the Eagles number. It's some weird tie. They've never won in Cincinnati. They got that monkey off their back, and they just look. I don't want to say it yet. It looks like they're back. I mean, it looks like this team is back. It really does. And they don't even have all their guys. They don't have Dallas Goddard. They don't have Jordan Mailata. They don't have Makai Becton. And they're still just making plays, man. I can't say enough about this team. It's the best that I felt about this football team in a long time. Even after that game against Buffalo, when they won last year, I didn't feel this good about them as I do now. Saquon Barkley, just even though he didn't have like a home run game today, he makes his team different by his leadership. AJ Brown, the same thing. I mean, you see Devontae Smith, 150 pounds, doing what he's doing, and it's just an all-around great team win. As the Eagles have to face the Jaguars next week, but man, just a great win. 5-2 now. We'll see what happens between Chicago and Washington. If the Eagles are in first place by the end of the day or not, I don't. It doesn't matter to me until the playoffs come. But they look like the Eagles team that we wanted them to be. And again, they haven't. I don't even think they've hit their stride yet. I don't think their stride's been hit yet, but I feel like it's coming, guys. That's all I got for you, man. Eagles destroy the Bengals. What's sports radio going to do this week? Who are they going to be negative about? Because it can't be Sirianni. And that's another thing before I get off. We give Nick Sirianni so much shit when the Eagles lose or they barely win. Um, but man, he and his staff absolutely outcoached the Bengals today. Early in the game, the Bengals punt on a 4th and 3, kind of almost in field goal range, but not. Later on in the game, it's 4th and 3, and they go for it. Jamar Chase gets stopped by Cooper DeJean. And Nick, I mean, he just called all the right plays today, man. Just all the right situations. Went for it on 4th down when he had to. Punted the ball away when he had to. Took the points with the field goals when he had to. Um, and just his best game of the year by far as well. That's all I got. I'm about to. I've got so much stuff to do today. Um, thank God for the 1 o'clock game, and I'll see you guys next week. And I'm probably going to do another video this week. Again, kind of reacting to what's going on here, what the Eagles might need to add during the trade deadline to their defensive line, and maybe wide receiving core. Because as you know, I only mentioned AJ Brown and uh, Devontae Smith. I just don't feel like. I mean, Jahan Dotson's in there, but he's not doing anything. They might need to upgrade that as the season goes. But that's all I got. How about Shipley? What a shout out to Shipley, who had his touchdown taken away by a holding call. Man, that kid's going to be special as well. Anyway, stay safe, stay healthy, go Birds, and I'll see you later.